Vice, the producer.
There is a timeline of Jubilee, and we started at the year 1834 to present day. We have as far up to when Carnival resumed after COVID. We started at 1834 because that's a very important year to us. That's before the Emancipation Day. But as we go on the inside, we have everything broken down for you. A lot of persons will ask, what is Jubilee? And the meaning of Jubilee. Jubilee means daybreak or the opening of the day. Very often there's always an argument as of to which is the correct way to spell Jubilee. Right? You'll see J apostrophe O-U-R-T. That's the French way of spelling Jubilee, and then you'll see J-O-U-V-A-Y. That is the Creolized way of spelling Jubilee. So when asked which is the correct way to spell Jubilee, both are correct. As we go on the inside, you will see that we use a lot of galvanized and all of that, and you're probably wondering why. It's because we try to recreate the environment in which the Jamettes of Port of Spain would have lived back then, which is referred to as the Barraquians. Now the Jamettes are referred to as the lower class people and the, right? So we recreated this environment so that you all have a sense and a feel as to how they would have lived back then. So as we go on into the first barrack yard, this total of the events after the abolition of slavery. So you will see the events and the developments after 1834. Here we have a definition of Camboulé. Camboulé is French for burning canes, and it refers to the practice of setting the sugarcane cane fields ablaze before harvesting. The purpose of setting the sugarcane fields ablaze is to get rid of whatever reptiles, insects, pests that will be living within these stalks before they harvested it. In terms of Cambodia and the celebration, it is of resistance and emancipation, which is a blend of various African customs, such as dancing, drumming, masking, and stick fighting. Here, what you are looking at is a dragon that we have, and the dragon is a traditional carnival character as well, that falls into the beast category of devil mask. The dragon's costume is featured with scales, a full bodysuit, long tail, the dragon head and wings. Dragons are often restrained by someone on a chain. You would often see them, they can't cross water, so when they are confronted by any type of water, you would see that they will start to wiggle around, dance, crawl on the ground and whatnot. They don't do anybody anything, that's just their character and how they do. So to my right, you will see we have a mass camp setting here, and a lot of people will ask, what is a mass camp? A mass camp is a home where we prepare our costumes to wire bending, the distributions of costume. That is what a mass camp is. In front of you, we have a machine, and this is to show you the type of machinery that would have been used back then to sew costumes and all of that. The headpiece that you are seeing on the table, this was made by a child of the Ida Taylor group. They were practicing wire bending, and that is what the child did. So here we have another traditional carnival character, and this is called the bookman, right? He's a very observant character. Now his job on the plantation back then, he was responsible for writing down the names of the enslaved people and taking them to be beaten for any wrongdoing that they would have done. The bookman also falls into the devil category too. He's a beast of the devil as well. Here you would see we have a blue devil, which is a popular character that you will see during the course of the carnival, whether it's Juve, Carnival Monday. You will see them out. They often have their pitchfork. Very often you will see them with a bag or box at the end of it. And they go around antagonizing people, they beg for money and all that. But if you don't take them on, they will just move on to someone else. Here we have some mud on display, and this is to show you the type of mud that they would use to mask or cover their body during the Juve morning celebrations. And masking is one of the masking the body. It's also a ritual of Juve that can be traced all the way back to Cambodia. What you are seeing here is a tub and what we call a chicken ball, right? And you probably want to know, well, what's the reason, what's the purpose of having that here? So back then, after the Juve morning celebrations, they would sit by a tub just like this, and they would then be singing a carols, which means a joyous song. Here we have a sailor costume, and this is to show you what the sailor's costume looked like back then before they started to use cloth and all of that. Before they started to use cloth, in order to get this white residue and all of that, what would they have used? Flour bags. But when they began making sailor costumes with the cloth and all of that, they would then use powder to get that effect. And sailors always play mass in the sound of pan. Midnight robber, and midnight robbers, they have a very big and elaborate costume. You would always see them with the big hats, a whistle, the big capes. The purpose of the whistle blowing is to announce themselves that they are here, they have arrived, they are ready to tell their story. you would often hear them with their exaggerating and threatening speeches with small rubber talk. You would also see them with features and symbols of death, such as tombstones, skulls, coffins, and all of that. They might even have a gun, but the gun is not real. They're not going to do anything besides tell the threatening and exaggerating stories. This section speaks of what you are seeing in front of you here is a truck that we created to show you how the trucks and ladies to look. When we started to have trucks in Carnival, now back then you could not have gone up on the truck. So if you look at the visual aspects of the truck, you will see where the speakers are mounted. That is what it shows, that the speakers are mounted on the trucks. Back then, you could not have gone up on the trucks or anything like that, but you get to walk on the street.
Hold on, the truck, the room, I was see.